So thank you for coming back.
I see she keeps trying to join.
Yeah, I know. Bummer. How many blabs have you done this week?
2. I'm trying to start to do more, but
nice.
It's addicting quick.
Yeah, I could see that. You could spend all day on it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so Hannah and I were texting a little bit. I know that she's like getting to a hotel room, so that's probably why.
Okay.
It's a struggle to get on the Wi-Fi right now. But anyway, we wanted to talk about the topic of what to do if you're serious about losing belly fat. And I know a lot of people are, and a lot of people just don't know where to start or what to do. Mic volume is high. Okay. I don't know. Did you turn your mic down a little bit or? Hi. Hello. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? First of all, oh, maybe my mic volume is low. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'll try to talk a little louder. Does anybody have any specific questions about how to lose belly fat or any stories about attempts and being unsuccessful with it?
What questions do you, oh, there you go. Somebody asked a question.
Yeah. Okay. So the best exercises or routine to do. Yeah, that's definitely something we're going to talk about today. But what do you guys think is the most important factor in losing belly fat? Do you think it's going to be your nutrition or your workouts or maybe something else? Any magic pills? There are pills, but unfortunately none of them are magical. Nutrition is more.
I'm going to guess it's definitely.
What's that? What was that? Oh, shoot. A lot of technical difficulties on this one today. Sorry, you guys. Frozen, I know. Okay, well, back to the topic. Answer down below. Yes, if you think that your nutrition is more important, your fitness program is more important, or if it's maybe something else. One other thing I'd love to know is like, if you could comment down below, do you know Hannah or me, or what was it that made you join this blab? Commitment is most important. That's a good one too, for sure. And who are we? Yeah, that's what we should introduce ourselves. Hi! I can see you. Hi, Hannah. Can you hear me?
There.
Wait, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you now.
We can see you.
Can you?
Yes.
You can see me?
Oh, did she just freeze?
Okay, so maybe it's going to work.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, guys. I am going off of really terrible Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And now I seem to have lost Jessica's picture.
Oh, I'm still here.
Okay. All right. So can everybody hear everybody? I guess that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got as far as VIP is not connected. I know we might have to, sorry, VIP. Someone's trying to call in and get connected and he can't.
Bummer.
So, okay. So,
yeah, you want to click out the VIP person.
I know, I'm trying to do that, but it won't let me while the wheel is spinning.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we're talking about whether your fitness regimen is most important for losing belly fat, or is it a magic pill, or is it nutrition? And what do you guys think? What do you think is the most important thing for losing belly fat? Did we get any answers
So
so far?
far, we've got 2 answers. One person said dedication, or it was commitment, I think, and then somebody else said magic pill, or asked if there was.
Focus, dedication on what? On
Mine
what though?
was diet and nutrition.
Yeah.
It was what?
I see diet and nutrition.
Oh,
Diet and
That's what I
nutrition.
struggle with by far the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
think? What do you think is the hardest one for you, Hannah, between the 3? Well, magic pill doesn't count.
Magic pill. It's that damn magic pill that doesn't work.
Yeah, that's probably my biggest struggle is there is no magic pill.
Yeah. Well, definitely it's the nutrition. That's the hardest part. It's definitely a lot easier for me to get a workout in because the payoff of a good workout is kind of immediate. You feel great. And you know, when you've been training long enough, you really do, you feel stronger. You eat you sleep better. There are many other benefits to working out. And then the nutrition, you know, because we live in this society of we can grab anything at any time, and this like overconsumption society that we live in, the nutrition is definitely harder.
Yeah, only to
we're
be
very
too much food. It's also the wrong types.
right. And we're just like very social creatures. So we like to go out to dinner and we like to drink and we like to, everything we do kind of revolves around food.
Yeah.
So, you know, I guess we're making the point that nutrition is very important. So we're going to talk about both diet and nutrition, or I'm sorry, both fitness and nutrition are important for losing the belly fat. We're going to talk about how important each one of them are and what you can do with both things to more effectively lose belly fat for good. So how does that sound? You guys on board? You ready to find out the secrets, the tricks of the trainers, what we do to have rock hard abs?
Yeah, awesome. Lila had a question about how does this work, new first time on a blab. So you're welcome to join in the discussion if you want. You have to request to join, and then Hannah can accept you. So let us know if you want to ask us a couple questions. You can get on one of the seats here.
Yeah, and we love visitors, so be sure to jump on. And we didn't introduce ourselves today, so let's go ahead and do
we
that.
haven't done that yet. Let's do it.
I'm Hannah Davis, owner of Body by Hannah Fitness Studio, advisory board for Cosmopolitan Magazine, author of Operation Bikini Body in 8 Weeks, and just generally passionate about sharing my knowledge about fitness. I worked with Jess Rumbaugh in New York City, and now we live in 2 entirely different time zones, but we love that we can work together doing this blab every Friday for you guys. So go ahead, Jess, tell them who you are.
Someone asked, where are you located?
I am in Tennessee. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee right now. Nash Vegas.
Nash Vegas, I haven't heard that one yet. Cute. Okay, so my intro, I'm in Los Angeles, California now, but like Hannah said, we both used to work in New York City. I was there for a long time too. So now I do some personal training in person with clients. I work both at Equinox and privately, and I also have written several online fitness programs such as Build a Butt and Live Lean Formula for Women. And I also do online YouTube videos every single week. I do one video every Thursday on YouTube. You can find me on liveleantv.com. And so that's a free show. It's free for everyone to access about health, fitness, and nutrition. And every week we go over topics kind of like this one, teaching everybody how to lose belly fat, live lean, get in shape, and the most effective fitness and nutrition advice. And I work with my husband. He does it too.
Cool. Okay, so we're talking about belly fat. We're going to get to that question, Kenneth, in just a minute. But let's first talk about exercise, because I think both Jess and I would agree that as far as losing belly fat is concerned, that is least important of the two if you're talking about exercise and nutrition. As much as it hurts our business to say that, the reality is nutrition is so, so, so important for the reduction of belly fat, along with a few other things. But workout, exercise, lifting weights is instrumental in helping you maintain a lower body weight. And Jess, you want to tell us why?
Yeah, well, first, I mean, you mentioned some of the benefits of exercise, but the reason that nutrition, I think, is so much more important is because it's something you do multiple times per day.
Right.
Whereas fitness is something you may do once a day. I mean, you may be active throughout your day, walking around and everything, but to actually do a workout for most people is just once a day, and it could even be as little as 3 times per week.
Right.
But eating is going to be at least 3, for some people, maybe 6 times a day. And so it's something that, you know, you're constantly faced with choices. You're constantly in different nutritional situations where you have to pretty much be on point all the time if your goal is to really reduce your body fat and change your physique. So, you know, just the sheer volume of it and the frequency of the choices that you have to make when it comes to eating, that's why it kind of takes the captain seat in importance here.
Right. But exercise can certainly be instrumental, and there is certain type of exercise that is more helpful for the reduction of belly fat, and that's going to be workouts that increase muscle size for both women and men.
Density, at least.
Muscle density.
Yeah,
I shouldn't use the word size. They're afraid of the word size.
I know, but people look at us and, you know, I feel like we both look very slim. Maybe most people would see us as skinny, you know, but it's a different type of skinny. It's like strong, lean type of thin. It's not like
not skinny fat.
Yeah. So we have to be really, like, you know, diligent about saying how muscle or putting on muscle doesn't necessarily mean being huge. You know, we need you guys to know when you strength train and when you eat the right way and you exercise the right way, you're not going to look like the Hulk, you know.
Right. Hey, Mom Metallica, thanks for joining me again. She makes a good point. She dropped 2 full drop sizes without the scale going down, and that is the hardest thing for my clients to get. That you can actually lose girth and not lose pounds, because muscle weighs. Muscle weighs so much more than fat. So if you are building muscle through strength training but losing fat, the scale might not go down. So don't get caught up on that. Leela, we're going to answer that question you just had in a bit when we really start focusing on nutrition. But I really want to push the idea of weight training right now and how important that is for the reduction of body fat in general. And not only that, I don't want to miss how important exercise is for reducing stress. And belly fat is a stubborn kind of fat. It really can be harder to get rid of stubborn belly fat because of this little hormone called cortisol. And that's your stress hormone that, when released in the right amounts, actually helps you burn fat. But when it's haywire, it causes you to store fat, particularly in your belly. So the goal is to reduce cortisol. You can do that by exercising to reduce stress, eating well also to reduce stresses on your body, toxins in your body. But exercise, weight training in particular, drastically improves that. So you know, make sure that you're not just doing cardio, that you're actually lifting resistance training.
At least your own body weight. It doesn't have to be like heavy weights when you're first starting out. Someone just asked, what should you do when you're first starting out? Just basic
body weight. Because your body is resistance. When you're pushing against your body, it's resistance. A lot of people forget that. And, you know, Jess, you have really great plans. I have yet to write an ebook that is a really great equipment free plan, but Jess has some really great plans that are equipment free that you can do at home. You like need a towel for the Build-A-Butt program, and that's about it.
And a chair or a step. Yeah, that's about it. So just basic items that anyone has at their house.
Yeah. I do remember it wasn't Ernesto though. It started with a D. Dennis, is that right? Yay, it was Dennis. Yay. Hi, Dennis. Good to see you again. Good to have you on the Blab. We're talking about belly fat and how resistance training can help.
Yeah.
So we got a question. We're going to move on to nutrition. We got a question. What should you eat to help reduce belly fat? And I think there are some obvious answers to that, or more obvious answers to that. And then there are some things I'm prepared with today to share with you that may help speed it along. But let's first talk, Jess, you already did kind of touch on just how important. Jess was mentioning, food we eat multiple times a day. That's why it's so important that, I need to turn a light on here, but it's so important that what we put in our bodies are nutritious, at least mostly nutritious. 80%. I live by the 80-20 principle. Does anybody else live by that principle?
Yeah, much agreed.
Get closer to this.
And I think it's also really important not to stress out about eating overly healthy, because sometimes people go way off the wagon trying to be like 100% healthy all the time. And that just, guess what it does? It leads to more stress, more cortisol, and you're setting yourself backwards. So you got to let go.
Totally.
Don't try to be like extra healthy. Just be like reasonably healthy.
I saw this really interesting blab on here 2 weeks ago, and I really am sad that I can't remember the name. I should find out and maybe post it on Facebook or something. But she deals with like the psychology of eating, and nice. She was talking about how important it is your like emotional state when you eat. So like let's say you're cheating, you're like eating a Snickers bar and you shouldn't be eating it, and this starts like you're eating it, but you have all this anxiety while eating it, and you feel guilty, and guess what that's doing? That's releasing cortisol, like stress hormone.
Oh gosh, we've all been there, right? I know. I felt
that. So you might as well eat that Snickers bar and like be glad about it. Yeah. But don't do it too often, because science is science. And if you just eat Snickers bars all day, it's not gonna, you're gonna have belly fat.
I completely agree about that. And I think if that's happening multiple times per day, like it's one thing to have one cheat meal every once in a while, but to have like, 4 cheat meals a day, and every single time you feel anxiety and you feel mad at yourself and guilty, like you shouldn't be doing that, and you have all this negative emotion going on, it really makes for a bad day. A bad chemical equation inside your body. So
totally. That's right, Mom Metallica.
Yeah, and all those like hate vibes, they don't do you any good. So
cheat meal versus cheat day.
I'm definitely a fan of the cheat meal only, not the cheat day. I think a cheat day is far too much, and it's going to do more damage than good.
Right. You could if you're having a cheat day.
Some healthy food.
You could massively just mess up your whole week. It's not, the point of a cheat meal is to put your body in kind of like a caloric surplus, so that it starts like revving up forces your metabolism to really work, because but I think if you like just overdo it, that doesn't happen.
It's one thing to have like 3,000 calories in a day. It's another thing to have like 10,000 in a day. You know? Like,
unless you're Michael Phelps, don't do it.
What?
I said, unless you're Michael Phelps, don't do it.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on how much activity you're doing. Certain individuals can get away with it if you're an Olympic athlete and you're 7 feet tall, but it's not for the everyday person.
Yeah. Thoughts on juicing, and do we count calories? Juicing.
Also, how many cheat meals per week?
Oh, 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So thoughts on juicing? You want to go with that one?
Yeah. We might have different thoughts on this. I don't know, Jess, but I strongly prefer clients eat their calories versus drink it. And there's this whole thought behind juicing that you absorb the nutrients more quickly. And I don't really, honestly, I can't say that I've done a lot of reading up on the studies to support that. I'm not happens that when we eat food, when we actually digest it first in our mouth like it's meant to, I think that the way that the food is digested in the body is more properly absorbed and used for energy. That doesn't mean I don't ever drink juices, because I just like them sometimes. And some juices have spices in it, and more like ginger and cayenne and things like that ingested in a juice can be very helpful. But so that's my thought. Just what do you think?
Issue with the whole juicing craze, I don't think juices are bad for you, but I think what is bad for you is to neglect eating and just have juice only. People are doing all these juice fasts and everything, right. And it's you're living your day on 200 calories maybe, if you have a smoothie and some juices. That's just not enough. It's not realistic. It's not sustainable. And what you're consuming is basically all sugar with no other protein in it or fiber in it, nothing. So I don't think that juices are bad, but I do think it's bad for you to jump to extremes and to hope to lose weight off of just a juicer.
Yeah, so cleanses, no way.
It concentrates the sugar without enough protein.
Doesn't it concentrate the sugars too much? Not even not enough protein, but the fiber. The way that your fiber is what slows down the absorption of sugar, so that your insulin levels don't just spike ridiculously. So when you eat an apple with the fiber that it has to break down, thank you. Then it's going to act differently in your body than if you're just drinking a sugar. It's the difference of drinking your apple juice versus eating the apple.
Drinking apple juice takes 10 seconds versus eating an apple. It takes a minute or two, so you're going to just
right. And the apple takes up more space. Right. Apple takes up more space in your stomach. You're going to feel fuller. And apple is one of my number one food items for helping to reduce belly fat. And it's because of the high fiber content that helps you. We're gonna move on to nutrition, but what's the other question that someone had that I forgot to answer?
What do we count calories?
Hold on, let me look up. No. I don't count calories at all. I really tend to believe that if you're eating super nutrient dense foods, it's really hard to overeat. I'm also extremely active most days. So I get away with not being able to, and that kind of is that mental eating becomes less enjoyable when you have to count your calories. And again, that's that stress hormone. Just pick whole, healthy foods, and you're just going to enjoy life better, produce less cortisol, have less belly fat.
Yeah, I have definitely a mixed feeling about calorie counting. One part of me feels like it's a really amazing tool for figuring out how much food your own body actually needs, because we're all different sizes, different heights, different weights, all that stuff. So we need different levels of food to be able to be at our best. And so if you are overweight, say you have 10, 20, 30, 40 or plus pounds to lose, I do think that it's important for you to at least figure out how many calories you actually need to get to your goal weight. And it's just something you use as a learning tool. I don't think you should do it every day, but I do think you should just do it once as a sort of awakening to the proper portion sizes that you should be eating.
Yeah. And it is absolutely something that I have my clients do. Especially in the beginning, keeping food journals to figure out exactly how much they're consuming, what they're consuming. Exactly. But I think once the question was if we did, and daily, I think, once you kind of get it down, I use calorie counting tool. Tony Jones Fit. Hey, feel free to jump in, Tony, if you want.
Is that
overeat on nutritious food? Is that okay? That was another question. No, you can't overeat. If you overeat on, let's say, brown rice, ultimately those calories are going to be too much. So measuring macronutrients,
I do.
But yeah, it works. It totally works. It totally works. There's nothing that works better than counting macronutrients and weighing your food. I'll tell you that right now.
It's like saying, if you're trying to become a really good piano player, are you going to read music or are you just going to listen and try to figure it out? You know what I mean? So it's like, if you want a shortcut and like a surefire way to get there, then yeah, like it does help to count calories and macronutrients. It will get you there a lot faster. It's not something that you're going to need to do forever. And it's definitely not something you should do every single day. You should do it once, learn it, and then just keep going.
Yeah, agreed. So let's talk about certain foods. Vegan diet all the way. That's good for you if you do it right. It can be very good, but it's very hard to do right. So we're going to talk about some food items that may help you lose belly fat a little bit faster. My first one would be omega-3 fatty. Oh, someone wanted to jump on. Healthy fats.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Healthy fats.
I definitely agree.
Where am I? Yeah. So ones that you. What's
Did you ever
that?
used to be a fat phobic? And try to eat?
You know what? No. Well, yeah, in terms of like Greek yogurt or any kind of like yogurt product or milk or I used to think that the fat, skim milk was the best milk, and now I'm
butter.
Oh yeah. Wow.
I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Yeah, it's not. Thank God. We're smarter. We know more about science. So your healthy fats that you find in salmon, avocado, walnuts. All nuts are pretty amazing, but walnuts particularly have a quality about it that helps prevent insulin resistance. So that's kind of an interesting fact about walnuts. So
almonds are amazing.
Good fats. Almonds are super amazing.
Avocados are. You already said that, I think.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with that.
Hemp seed.
Hemp seed, flax seeds. Flax seeds also really great.
For sure.
Thank you, Social Matters, Eds. I've never weight trained without peanut butter. It's so good. But I'm into all the butters. I'm eating sunflower butter right now. It's so good.
Yeah.
I got it from Trader Joe's.
What's lingfish?
Lingfish. Yeah, I don't know lingfish. That's cool. Tell us about lingfish. The second items on my list, anything that has high fiber.
Yes.
That's going to help.
Like you already mentioned, flax as a fat, but those are also really high.
Also, absolutely. But your very cruciferous vegetables, but then also your insoluble fibers like in oatmeal. So make sure if you're eating cereal or something more processed in the morning, some steel cut oats without any sugar. Avoid sugar like the plague if you're trying to lose belly fat.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that doesn't mean fruit. I get that question a lot. Do you have to avoid?
Oh yeah, it does not. No.
It's a different type of sugar. We're talking about like actual white sugar that you put in your coffee or that's on cereal or that's in ketchup or, that kind of sugar.
Right. And it's in a lot of things, guys. So check your labels. When you go shopping next, look at things that are packaged because chances are it's got sugar in it.
Meal replacement shakes, I would skip
simple.
Unless you're making it yourself at home and you know exactly what's in it. I would skip any of the ones that are store-bought, pre-made.
Yeah.
And like we already talked about, we'd rather have you eating your food than drinking it.
Right.
So I know it takes effort to like pack a Tupperware and bring it with you, but it's so worth it when you actually have, like you get rid of your belly fat. Isn't that worth the little effort, I think it is.
It totally is. So get rid of belly fat by reducing stress, improving your diet by adding healthy fats.
Yeah.
fiber.
Yeah.
Of course, protein. I mean, and if you don't eat a lot of protein, I'd like to hear from the vegan girl.
Yeah.
Listen, you can make a complete protein by mixing things like brown rice and beans, and there are plenty of things that you can create complete proteins with. But good sleep. Yes, we talked about that, Tony Jones. If you want to hop in, feel free to you want to hop in, Tony?
So no time to
Want to take a seat?
No time to pack all that for lunch every morning? Why not? What's going on in the morning that is so busy?
Yeah, or the night before.
Or the night before, yeah. Everyone has a little time. It may take like 30 minutes. So if you just set your alarm like 30 minutes earlier.
It's prioritizing.
Yes,
and you know, really, nobody has an excuse. This is your health. This is the most important. I love sleep. I do
love
too.
Sleep too.
But
you can get enough if you go to bed 30 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Habits. Yes, habits are so key. I think habits are probably everything, because, you know, any fit person will tell you that in the beginning, everything was hard, right? Wouldn't you say, Hannah? Fitness used to be hard. Nutrition used to be
Totally
really confusing. But once you create habits, now it is the way we live, right?
Right. And and it is just so much easier.
Information.
You don't even think about it. My husband and I spend all day Sunday doing meal prep. That's awesome. And that's what a lot of my clients end up doing. And I love getting pictures from them on meal prep Sunday, just packing their lunches for the week. It's possible. You just have to, Derek, while you're watching football or something on Sunday, you gotta, your health is your most valuable asset. It's the most valuable investment you can make.
Mm-hmm. And so many people just waste time like watching TV or doing something that doesn't contribute to better health. And you could watch TV at the same time as doing meal prep, and you'd still get to watch your favorite shows, and you'd be multitasking and actually making yourself healthier and leaner.
Right. Hi, Anna. Good to have you.
Yeah, you could watch Blabs. You could be doing meal prep right now. We wouldn't even.
I know, because you don't even need to look. You can just listen.
I do not have any kids. You have a fur baby, right?
Yeah, I have a fur baby, and I have to get up 30 minutes extra just to walk her.
Yeah, exactly. And she's working.
And my clients are at 6 and 7 a.m. in the morning, my first client. So that's early. Don't tell me about enough time.
I know.
And I get up early enough to make breakfast.
Same here.
That early in the morning.
You wake up 4:30?
No, I wake up at like 5.
Yeah, close enough.
You read an article about bread on have you been obese? I've never been obese. No.
I've never been obese either, no.
I've definitely had excess body fat in college when I used to eat like crap.
Yeah, same here.
And I was working out about 5 days a week. Maybe not the most. I was still learning. In, my anatomy and exercise science classes. So I feel like, I'm a much better, I know a lot more about how to train better now, but I was still weight training and trying to get stronger when I was in college, but I was eating like crap. And the truth is, you can't out exercise a bad diet.
Yeah,
I think we said that last week too.
Yeah, how many people do you see I know you probably don't go to like a big gym anymore, right? Because you just turn it private.
No, yeah.
But I still work at a big gym, and I see hundreds of people a day who are exercising really regularly. I could see the same person 5 days, 6 days a week. If they don't get their nutrition on check, their belly fat will never go away. So you guys just know how severely important that is. And so you don't just waste your time, working your ass off and not getting results.
All right. Derek said, if there's one thing I can take away from this blab, what message do you want me to hear?
Okay.
Oh, we're getting a visitor. All right. I'm going to let him in, and then, one thing. How about, do we get 2? I'll say 1, and then Jess will say 1. Okay. We'll do that. It might be similar, but so because the blab is on belly fat, it's going to have to do with that. So the message is to effectively lose belly fat, eat whole, nutritious foods at least 85% of the time, strength train, get enough sleep, or I should just take away get enough sleep, reduce stress in your life. And part of that is get enough sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. I just changed your life. All right, Jess, you're up.
Life-changing statement right there. Okay, so yeah, mine, I think the big takeaway would be do not try to out-exercise a bad diet. Like, just like what we just talked about, like you're going to waste your time. You're going to be very disappointed if you put no effort into your nutrition. That's the number one thing to reduce that belly fat. Does that help you? You need to eat carbs longer. Somebody's a troll.
Wait, dropping knowledge buckets. Yeah, I like that. Dropping that. Thanks, KP. That guy is a troll. Oh no. Well, I don't think he'll make it in anyway. I just accepted a troll on our call.
No trolling up in.
I don't think he's gonna get through. So we'll be fine.
All right.
What about Jay Garrett? Is he a troll? I think he is too. What's going on?
Oh man, the internet's full of trolls. What are we gonna do? Okay.
Yeah, be nice and no trolling. Thanks. How important is 5 meals a day? I think what fits in your lifestyle is important. The newest, what we know about nutrient timing isn't as strongly supported as it used to be. This 5 times a day.
Yeah.
It's overall caloric range through your day.
You can do it with 1, 2, 3 meals a day, whatever you like better, because everyone is different.
Okay. Yeah. Every 3 hours. You know, as long as you're staying within a healthy caloric range for your activity level, it doesn't matter how many times a day you eat.
Yeah. And how many calories, or is it important to measure calories you burn while you exercise? I would say no, it's not important.
Right.
It's more important to focus on your exercise intensity and just know that you're burning more calories when you're working harder.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people are caught up with these, the watches that are telling you how many calories you burned.
Yeah.
And the reality is that they're not accurate. Number one, they might be within like a 50 to 100 calorie range, but they're really not accurate. And number two, it doesn't account for, post calories, the calories that you burn post workout. So if you did cardio and burn 300 calories in your cardio session and you weight trained and only burn 250, I'm just throwing numbers out there. But you did an intense weight training workout that ultimately tore muscle that's going to have to then rebuild. Your body has to expend energy to rebuild muscle, and build it back stronger. And now you have more dense muscle that increases your metabolism. So I'd much rather burn that 250 calories than the 300 if the payoff is greater.
The math gets all skewed.
Exactly.
It's just not it's too much stress to like try to figure out the math equations. Like you just have to come back to basics, like train hard, eat well. You know, it's not really as complicated as people make it out to be. Yeah. Let's see. Do we have any? What are we talking about? Blues Hope. We have been talking about belly fat and how to get rid of it. And we're pretty deep into the conversation. So there is a recording. If you subscribe to the Blab, you should be getting an email copy of it. It's good stuff. So listen to it. Share it. Derek came with questions today. I'm loving it. Good. We need you on here every day. Every Friday. Good. I like it. Plateaus are a real thing. Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Those are real, but there are ways to overcome them. Maybe we can talk about that another time. Is real, or am I eating too much? Yeah, that's a great other topic. So we won't answer that now. We're gonna maybe next week we can talk about plateaus. How about that? Plateaus. There's the strategies. Yeah. So I'll. The media has made it really complicated, and it's such a bummer. But just don't listen to every news story that you hear, because you're going to get confused. So just stick to the basics, stick to know what you know works based on your actual experience.
Right. And then listen to people like me and Jess, because we know what's up.
Because we're not trying to sell you food. We're just being real.
No. But we will tell you about our workout programs that you can find online at bodybyhannah.com and jessicarumba.com.
Yes. You have guides.
And will you type yours in, Jess, real quick, type it in, just so you guys know, we do write workout programs that help people, beginners to advanced levels, work out. It also includes a nutrition plan. All of our programs include nutrition plans because we realize how important the nutritional component is. So we've got kind of guidelines there for that.
Mm-hmm.
And are we supposed to talk about abs if we can't? All right.
If we can't,
go to our website. You'll see some abs there.
Somebody expecting us to be like shirtless during this.
Yeah, apparently that's not that kind of blab.
Yeah. We're just talking.
Anyway, yeah. So I think I like oatmeal cinnamon. Cinnamon is a great metabolic booster. That's great. Thiog, oatmeal, cinnamon, and banana. Sounds great. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up because I'm in Nashville. I got places to go, people to see.
Okay.
But thank you for joining me and Jess on this blab. We're going to be back again next Friday, 7 p.m., hopefully without all this Wi-Fi issue. I'll be home again. And
yes, please come back, everybody. It was so great having all you guys. Thank you so much for the participation.
Yay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's talk. All right, next, go to our websites.
Yeah. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Plenty to say there as well. Lots of what are we losing next week? Oh, we're going to talk about plateaus next week. That was a great topic.
Losing plateaus and losing more.
Yeah. Yep. So I'll schedule that blab now, so you can go ahead and subscribe. And we will see you guys next Friday, 7 p.m., 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Cool. Plateau means when you stop getting results from working out or nutrition and you're like at a standstill. That's what a plateau means.
Yeah, when you're stuck, you're just stuck.
Yeah, nobody wants to be stuck. We want to always be progressing.
No, yeah.
With that.
Okay, cool. So we're out.
Okay, bye, Hannah.